Right now, we are about to have a conversation on the Ghana Industrial Summit and Exhibition 2023. And joining me in the studio is Seth Chum Akwabwa, the CEO of AGI, and Timothy Dolan, Team Leader, Macroeconomic and Trade Section. He's also a delegation of the European Union here in Ghana. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Very good.
All right, thank you for joining us today. All right, so Seth, could you tell us a bit about the Ghana Industrial Summit and Exhibition 2023?
Thank you very much. So, as you may recall, way back in the 90s, we used to have what we call the Indotech, which is Industry and Technology Fair. It was the biggest fair in Ghana. Everybody patronizes it. And normally when we organize the whole trade fair, center gets filled up with industries, and we're showcasing businesses, we're showcasing products, we're showcasing research that has been done by various institutions and all that. Along the line, it fizzled out, but it was organized by AGI.
Right.
Indotech was largely organized by AGI in partnership with the Ministry of Trade and other agencies. But we have tried to keep the organization of similar exhibitions going on. And currently what we have is the Industry Summit, which is mimicking what we had those days. Now we don't have the big facility to do it the big way that we're doing it. But in a small way, we think that the Industry Summit has become very important at this time, also to let people know some of the products we are producing in this country. You know that sometimes when we visit some of these exhibition stands, you wonder some of the products you see, whether they were produced in Ghana or not. And you get marveled at it. So at every point in time, we must create a platform where enterprises, especially the SMEs, will be able to showcase what they are doing. We are also in partnership with research institutions. They are coming up with products, technology. So if you take CSR, University of Science and Technology, University of Ghana, they are on a daily basis developing new products. There must be a platform for them to showcase it so that businesses can also access it. In addition to the exhibition, we have the conference aspect of it, which is discussing critical policy issues that impact on industry and SME development and industry in general. So there will be a number of sessions that is discussing various policy issues, and it's a very important program to be there. We've been consistently organizing this. As I said, in the 90s, it was Indotech, along the line within the local content exhibition and conference. But for the past 6 years, we've done what we call the AGI Industry Summit and Exhibition. So that has been very consistent. So this one is taking place next week from the 18th, which is Monday, to 20th, which is Wednesday, and to be full of activities and programs for businesses.
Right. So what is the theme of this year's exhibition?
So this year, every year we pick a new theme. And this year we are devoting it to the value chains. So we say it is industrialization through sustainable and efficient value chains. It is very important we look at this because if you recall the recent development in the global economy, where due to the Ukraine war and the pandemic, at some point we were even getting worried that we'll not get enough of our essential supplies from other countries because we are so much dependent on imports. And we think that as a country, we should be able to produce a lot of our essential products. And for it to be effective, we must look at our value chains. It's not enough to be producing and importing all the raw materials.
Everything,
When you do that, the value addition is very little. So we have to look inwards and start identifying products that we can actually produce locally as raw materials to feed industry. If you look at the agribusiness value chain, there's a lot that can be done. And indeed, some of our companies are doing it. If you take the likes of Nestle, the cereal we consume, a lot of the cereals are bought from the north. If you take the likes of Guinness, the sorghum, they are using it for beer, they are using it for Guinness, they are using cassava, Crabberry is using it, cassava. They are all doing some value chains, but we think we have to deepen this. And if they are buying, they are sourcing their materials locally, businesses and enterprises can actually effectively participate.
And it also helps the economy.
Helps the economy. Today, Farm Milk is looking at procuring about 80% of their inputs locally. The dairies, the dairies, that's the milk, the sugar, the packaging materials, they want to do that. And so if you are a potential producer of these items, then you have an immediate off-taker. And all these have to be structured. So the essence of this year's exhibition is that let's devote it to the value chains. Let big buyers who are buying these items showcase what they are buying. Let potential suppliers be there and identify what they can supply to these companies. And the interesting part is that there will also be sessions where they will be educating enterprises on their requirements, on their delivery orders, on how to meet their quality standards. They will not compromise on quality. That's for that one, we shouldn't take it for granted. But if you know what their requirements are, it's not that difficult to supply to these companies. So the value chains are very important. That's why we are partnering with Ministry of Agri, Ministry of Trade and Industry to bring all of them together and then do this in a very effective way.
All right. So Timothy, why was it important for the EU to support this exhibition?
Thank you, Chris. There are several reasons. First of all, let me say this has become a tradition for us to support the AGI and especially the Ghana Investment Summit, the Ghana Industrial Summit and Exhibition. It's the 4th time in a row that we do this, and we're really proud this year to have also a special theme that we'll be discussing on the 2nd day about sustainable agribusiness. And so for us, the theme of this year's Ghana Industrial Summit and Exhibition really embodies what we want to do as a European Union and how we see our relationship in terms of the bilateral economic relationship, our trade and investment relationships with Ghana, which is really also about industrialization through sustainable and efficient supply chains. As Seth mentioned, we've only seen too often recently how external shocks, man-made or natural, really impact sustainable value chains, but also supply chains. And so it's really important that what we do integrates these risks and that we program accordingly. By the way, you'll know probably that we've been a very fervent supporter of the AfCFTA, the African Continental Free Trade Area, and from the very start. And because one of the reasons is that we believe that AfCFTA is really about industrialization and building efficient and sustainable supply chains, and therefore getting more and more production domestically and also increasing up or going up the value chain. So this is something we are really supporting.
Right. So what are some of the programs the EU would like to highlight as part of the participation at this year's GISE?
So this year will be, we have quite a few beneficiaries who will be exhibiting at the summit, but in particular we will be highlighting 3 programs of the EU. And these will be also in our pavilion, the EU pavilion. So the first one is the West Africa Competitiveness Program. This is about enhancing the value chains of cassava, of tropical fruit, namely pineapple and mango, and also about shea butter, as in cosmetics. And so there we've been providing trainings to beneficiaries, and this is something we've implemented with UNIDO. And we found that they have been able to reach out to 44,000 SMEs, which is something we're really proud of. And so this is something that we'll be exhibiting. We'll have some beneficiaries there. I think one of them is Hendy Farms, and they are very well known for their excellent jam, and so I'm really looking forward to that. Then the other project is the Business Friendly project. This is something that we're implementing with the ITC, and this is part of our ACP program. There, what we're looking at, one part is about the coffee value chain, and we're going to be highlighting a company that some of you already know, which is Kawa Mocha. Kawa Mocha is a woman-owned company. It's a social enterprise, and they make Robusta coffee, and they've received support on brewing techniques and on harvesting techniques and on handling the harvests, and they've also been in our program to sort of help them export to international markets, and I understand they export to international markets, so it's a real success story there. Then lastly, it's the Green Program, and the Green Program is about green jobs and employment or enterprise opportunities. This is something we're implementing with, well, actually it's co-financed by the Netherlands, and we're implementing it with the Netherlands Development Agency, but also with the UNCDF. And there again, it's about skills development in circular economy. It's about skills development in environmental sustainability, but also being business ready and export ready. And the beneficiaries there are mainly micro and small and medium enterprises, women-led enterprises, youth-led enterprises. And so there we've also had some success stories, and we'll have some exhibitors there who will show their products. And by the way, I really encourage you to come and visit us at the EU Pavilion, and you'll be able actually to taste some of these things there, including the Kawa Mocha, and so really this is going to be a fun time.
Right. All right, Seth, who are some of the sponsors of this summit, and how do people actually get to participate?
Yes, maybe before I come to the sponsors, if I can highlight a bit of the key aspects of the program.
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah, just a bit, yes. So there's the exhibition bit, which has been extensively discussed. But in the sessions, we have an opening ceremony where the ministers will be there and all that. But beyond that, there will also be a lot of discussion sessions where we'll have the opportunity of listening to the companies who are presenting the various opportunities that enterprises should know and take advantage of. There will be a session by the European Union, the whole afternoon session. They've invited, some experts from Europe and other places to come and talk to us about value chains and all that. There will also be other experts locally. David Ofusudote, Yawin Sako, Prof. Tego, and the rest will be talking about value chains and its strategies to really take advantage of it. And then there is also a very important session which is on the last day, and that's on energy. We always partner VRA to do this. And within the energy sector, there's a lot of value chains there. VRA, for example, today is procuring a lot of its meters locally because we have local producers. They are doing transformers, they are doing so many things. The Buidam and the nuclear power Ghana, they are all part of it. So Minister for Energy is expected to be there as well and address the session. So, and then we also have a pitch competition which is supporting small enterprises, youth to go into agribusiness value chain, and McGill University is supporting them with good prices. So interesting sessions is about to happen on this program.
Right.
Now on the sponsors, yes, so we have key partners. We don't even want to call them sponsors. Sponsors sounds like you give your money and then you stay back.
Partners.
Exactly. We have a lot of good partners.
I like that.
The number one is the European Union. That's why they are sitting here with us. And as he said, for the past 4 years, they've been consistently supporting this. We've also been working very closely with VRA. VRA, for the past 10 years of our exhibitions, local content, they've also been supporting. And this year, one of our anchor partners is Fan Milk Ghana Limited.
Right.
It's leading the big companies in the value chain arrangement. So they are supporting in terms of resources and all that. And then we have other partners such as the GIZ and the UNIDO Wacom project, which is also sponsored by the European Union.
Yes.
We have McGill University supporting the pitch competition. We have the Plan International. We have DBG, that is the Development Bank Ghana. We have Pomosido, which is one of our companies. We have DPHA, that is so part of it. And a number of media partners, including Citi. Citi is actually our anchor.
Yeah.
Both the TV and the radio, they are really supporting. We appreciate your support.
Thank you so
much.
And
I hope that with your network, we should be able to make a good program.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. So we've been talking to Seth Chum Akwabwa, CEO of AGI, Timothy Dolan, Team Leader, Macroeconomic and Trade Section, and also part of the delegation of the European Union here in Ghana. And yeah, we've been talking about the Ghana Industrial Summit and Exhibition 2023, which is slated for the 18th to the 20th of September. Thank you so much, gentlemen. I really appreciate it.